I try to keep it between 68 and 70 year round.
Yeah,
You
68 is
know,
like perfect. Like, you know.
I like,
Well,
the
it's a
summer, the
it's a
winter.
dragging here, so 75's fine.
We got humidity, man. I mean, you could like put a little tarp between your legs and just catch the sweat there. You know, I'm not really sure what style of clothing that is.
Athletic
Pretty
wear.
weird. Yeah, I like that Duluth athletic wear from Minnesota. They make it's got
That's true.
the sack hammock cradle in the underwear.
Yeah, the Duluth
Yeah,
grading. Yeah,
yeah, and it
yeah.
takes the sweat right off you, man. It's like a gentle scrub while you're walking.
All right.
Uh,
We
so
welcome.
who are we killing tonight?
Well, we'll get into that, but welcome to the Pirates of Drinax. We will be picking up where we left off last week. So where you left off, you guys are in Jump. You have the Principled Profiteer, an Empress Morava class far trader, attached to one of your attachment points on the Rorik's command vessel, the Osiris, and you are in Jump, and you have entered the Principal Profiteer and discovered some rather disturbing stuff. So you have found the pilot, the steward, and one of the gunners. They have been tore up pretty badly. Captain Beth kind of looked them over, and her medical evaluation, it is her opinion that this was probably done by an Aslan Duclaw. And Keith had also found on the bridge that there was a maintenance panel that was pulled apart, and these maintenance panels, they lead to maintenance crawlways in between the hull and the armor plate. It's one of those nightmare situations that most engineers hate having to crawl into those things because they are just slightly smaller than would be required for a normal sized human. And so it's a very tight, cramped fit. But there is a maintenance panel that is missing. No real signs of anybody in there, but who knows? Those those pathways go all over the ship. You found the steward crammed in the bathroom over here on this little fresher here, and the one of the gunners was crammed inside this gun turret. You have not found any sign of anything else. However, you did find that there was a ship's there was a log, and it's not a very well kept log, but there was evidence. The captain said that they had picked up some additional cargo from their usual run. They admitted in the log that um, they had accepted a job delivering equipment and weapons for an Ihati clan down on Thebes, but there's really no cargo manifest or anything of that nature. But it does state that they picked up in this last shipment. They did pick up a couple of um, low birds. So they picked up some freezer pops, and that there was an issue with them. He didn't state what the issue was. The low berths, are over in this section of the ship. So that's where we left off. Before we get started, we'd like to thank a friend of the Greenwater Guildhall. None of these are sponsorships or partnerships of any kind. They are just products that we really like. And tonight we would like to thank Dogmight Games. Dogmight Games makes beautiful wooden tabletop accessories for your games, such as custom wooden DM screens. They've got dice trays, dice vaults. They have this really cool thing called a player vault that's kind of a combination of everything. Um, Plus a plexiglass magnetic cover that is etched with your choice of character record sheet so that you can use a dry erase marker or a wet erase marker and track your hit points and spell slots and things like that. all of their stuff is customizable. If you order something that's customized, it'll usually ship in about 6 to 8 weeks. If you are in a hurry, or if it's a gift idea and you're just not exactly sure, they have many beautiful items that they keep stocked in inventory, and you can go to their in-stock inventory on their webpage and pick one of those out. Those usually ship in about 1 to 2 business days from the time of purchase. If you are in the mood for something like that, and the holidays are coming up, well, they're they're kind of here. Christmas is just around the corner. So get your
Sorry, they're already advertising it.
I know, right? Mariah Carey has been released from low birth, and get ready for that screeching. So, you're going to want to get those orders in, especially if they're customized. You're going to want to start getting that stuff in now. And we have a 10% discount that's good for everything on their site. You can just put anything that you want to purchase into your cart, and when you're checking out, use the code FRIEND in all capital letters, and that will get you 10% off of your entire purchase. If you are a fan of the channel, you like our games, you want to help us out, we would appreciate any help you're willing to give. We have a merch store over on Zazzle. We have T-shirts. We've got buttons. The buttons and T-shirts. One of the T-shirts and buttons actually has the pirate flag that we use for the pirates tonight from the Pirates of Drinax, made by Cameron, and that is available on there. We also have a beer stein. We have a blanket that comes in 3 different sizes that has the map of the Glossian Empire from Braunhaven on it. All sorts of good stuff. And 100% of the proceeds from that merch store go directly back into the channel, so that helps us pay for subscriptions and bandwidth and all those little nitpicky things that allow us to keep doing what we do. So if you want to help us out, go get yourself a T-shirt, and we really appreciate it. So, fantastic news. I finished updating all of the maps for the next Braunhaven book. The Tassadantalus is Tantalizing Tower. So that actually was probably about 3 days shorter than I thought it was going to take. Ended up only being about a week and a half worth of side trek. And so I am now back to writing the book, and I made much progress yesterday and today. I am almost done with the University District of the Imperial Port, and we'll be moving on to the Servants District and then the High District. And then the Imperial Port part is done. Servants District isn't going to be, there's not a whole lot to it. Not a whole lot to write about hovels. But the High District, there's some shit and some things going on there. So that may take just a little bit.
I think you ought to redo the whole thing and do it all in circles. No squares or rectangle rooms.
Fuck off.
Everything. And make it like a Hobbit land,
I'm up to 154 pages, and and now I
can't use squares.
Right, now I can't use squares. So I had to redo 56 maps, and now the book is up to 59 maps.
Nice.
Like, yeah, every time I write something, it generates a new damn map.
Yeah.
So it's like, but yeah, so that is finally, I'm back on track, and it wasn't as big of a side quest as I thought it was going to be to redo those maps. It was a massive pain in the ass though. So where we left off, you guys were on the bridge. You had 4 Marines that were checking out the port turret. Or no, you had 2 Marines checking out the port turret. There were 2 Marines checking out the starboard turret as well. I suppose I should. Well, Wes, you have the Marine stats, don't you? Maybe.
Not on the Osiris. I haven't done those stats yet because I suck.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, I've been distracted by things. So there's that. But I mean, I can.
Oh, that's good. Okay. So the Marines on the starboard turret, they have opened it. It is empty.
Good. No
All
more
right.
baddies. Hey, Captain.
Man, really, I think
maybe we got to put out a friendly yell to see if anybody responds. Hey, Aslan, come on out. We won't hurt you.
We could. That's one way to do it.
we could do that. Yeah, and we could get the Marines to get off the ship and just watch the airlock, and we could
Yeah, we
just
could get in position, make some noise, right?
yeah, and then if it doesn't respond or anybody responds, we just vent this place, and wait. And
Yeah, if we vent
nature, and then we just
somebody
wait a
wants to
couple
live,
days.
we'll sure hear something.
Well, they'll be flopping around as they die.
Well, so I don't necessarily know that you want to do that while you're in jump.
Yeah, I was gonna
Oh,
say.
that's right. Oh, yeah. Okay, good point.
So, and I say that because I don't really. I mean, there's nothing really.
You don't want to look up what happens.
There's nothing really specific written about what happens. I mean, I remember in Alternative we used to joke about what happens if I look out the window while I'm in jump. Or like, you go crazy, which actually is a part. there is some circles in Traveler where they shutter the windows before going to jump because some people do lose their shit from staring at jump. Other people claim that they can see things.
Gee, I've seen. I've read both in these sci-fi books I read.
Right.
We could turn off life
go crazy, and some say
right.
We turn off life support and
you could turn off life support.
Yeah, that's another plan. We don't know if anybody's alive though, so
yeah, we should look around the ship a little bit more, I think, before we do anything like
and
that.
if this is a feral Aslan, then we're going to be smarter than it and have superior firepower. So
Keith, you would know, and well, I mean, you would probably all know. Maybe Ting wouldn't, but I know Gregor's got some piloting experience, right?
Yeah, now that I've got a neural jack in my wafer.
Yeah, so that would be. Well, you've got
people
piloting
wonder why-
experience. You don't really have any engineering J drive, right?
No, I have life support and power.
But Keith, and I think Keith's the only one with J drive. So the reality is, so Keith would know. It's not as simple as making your astrogation check and your power checks, and then flipping the switch and going to jump, and that's all there is to it. There is stuff that the engineer does throughout that week that essentially basically maintains the jump bubble, and if he weren't to do that, then the bubble would risk collapsing. Now, not always, but a high percentage chance that the bubble would collapse, and you would just get crapped out the other end as the half-life of your atoms decays and is shit out of a wormhole on the other end. But one of the things is that a ship without a conscious intelligence cannot jump. Well, it could have very likely happened that these guys were killed after they had entered jump. But that doesn't answer the question of somebody was actually capable of maintaining the ship in jump. Unless, I mean, it's not unheard of that ships do make it out without somebody alive aboard, but unusual.
if they're survivors, they're in engineering.
Yeah, we can send the camera drone down the open hatch and see what's down in there.
That's true. That'd be good.
My thought is we should check the low berths and find out what's going on with those. Like, how many of the low berths are open?
How many are still occupied?
Right.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're here on the bridge. Could I use the sensors to scan the ship? and see what kind of life forms are on it and where?
It's
I
not
don't think
going.
we have like life form
Yeah, it's not
scanning.
going to do a life form detection. Um, but it would if you want to make a computer. So if you're on the bridge and you guys are on the bridge, you could do a master computer hack job. So electronics, computers, plus your choice either intellect or education, plus your any bonus you get from intrusion software. And this is a TL12 ship, so any bonus from higher tech level. Wow, boxcars. Okay.
Uh, I think I own this ship.
Yes. So you yeah
Yeah, I
you
would
are
say so, Ting. What do you want to do with it?
yeah you are able to hack into the to essentially the security console, and you are able to gain access to the entire ship. And the first thing that you can see is that in the security log, not a log, but like the computer's buffer, is that the captain was the last one who made a security change. He's the one who put the ship on lockdown.
And we found his body, right?
Yes, you found the pilot's body. Yeah.
And he's the
But not the
captain.
captain.
Well,
Well,
generally on a ship this size, your captain is going to be filling another role. Usually,
astrogation.
usually it's going to be the pilot. Pilot and astrogation is usually going to be the captain.
All right. Well, yeah. I mean, if you want to make an announcement, Captain, I can turn on the ship intercom right now, right?
Uh, yeah. I mean, yeah.
What do we want to announce? So, I mean, so the way that I understood Gregor's idea was we yell and then something will come towards the yelling. If I do it over the intercom, that'll come from like all over, won't it?
Yeah,
Is
you
Yeah.
that
well, I
my
mean,
understanding?
with his full security access, you can pick individual departments. You also have access to all the security cameras across the ship, so you can look into all of these areas. So,
Um,
eight down here at 8, these are the power plants. 9 is your jump drive, and 10, of course, is your maneuver drive. So, these
Is-
are this is your engineering section. 7 is the cargo airlocks into the rather spacious cargo hold. I mean, that's one of the benefits of an Empress Miramis. They've got a nice cargo hold. And then upstairs, deck 2, you've got a common area and more staterooms, and of course fuel. And then it of course has these 2 fuel processors, one on each side.
um, I would like to look in engineering first and see if there's anybody alive. Yeah.
Okay. That is a good question. So everybody who's looking at monitors, you can make. So Beth is looking at engineering. Excuse me. Um, Keith, what section of the ship are you looking at?
We're gonna take turns, by the way, so this isn't something where we're all staring at it and then we get crept up on from behind. But go ahead.
Yeah, I'll look at the cargo hold.
Okay. Gregor, where are you looking at?
I'm going to look at the cargo airlocks.
Okay. And Ting, where are you looking?
I'm going to send my camera drone right down that open hatch suit right
This
next
thing
to us.
right here.
Well, no, you said they'd taken the panel off.
Oh yeah,
and
you're
it was a crawl space.
yeah, you're
I'm gonna
sending it into the crawl space. Okay.
Yeah,
So you're not looking at a screen. You're sending in your camera drone.
right. I'll be
All
like,
right.
well, it's all unlocked. Y'all can look at all the camera system shit you want. I'm gonna run my camera up the chute here.
Yeah, and that's not a terrible idea because security cameras wouldn't be in the maintenance hatch.
Yeah.
So Beth, Heath, and Gregor can make a recon plus intellect check.
Wish I had intellect.
7. Gosh.
I got an 11
and
anyway.
because you are using the internal security cameras, I will give you a +2 to that.
Okay, 9. No, I'm not.
I got a 13.
Okay.
That
So
gives me 14.
so Beth, you're looking at engineering. you don't see anything, but you do see you can of course use your computer skills to zoom in a little bit, and you zoom in and you notice that that both the port and starboard engineering sections, they're you can't tell if this is recent or if the whoever the engineer was of this ship was just I don't know, jury rigging stuff. But there are wires pulled across out of panels, pulled across sections, duct taped together, plugged in elsewhere. It's a rat's nest in there.
Okay, I'll have Keith look at it after he's done looking in the big areas. I give me a
So-
message.
So Keith, you look in the cargo hold and you do see a grisly sight. You can see that there is, let's see, 3 more crew members, and they've been stripped naked. It looks like they've been skinned, and they are hung upside down in the middle of the cargo hold, kind of like they would be
Mhm.
fresh meat.
Yeah, I bet they're from the low berths. Like, that's
Have
like
they
a
been
freezer
filleted yet?
section.
Well, yeah, they're kind of a mess, yeah.
That kind of
Have
leans
they been
away
gutted?
from feral, right? Because
Yeah.
if you're feral, you'd just be gnawing on
Right.
the meat popsicles. This is more like Ogden Raiders or some shit.
Checking out, so Gregor, checking out area number 7. You can see there is movement out of just off of the corner of the camera lens, and then you get both Keith and Gregor, you get a notification that the inner cargo airlock door has opened, and something has entered into the cargo hold. Keith, you see a ragged-looking Aslan male, shirtless, run over and start chewing on one of the corpses that is hanging upside down.
Huh. Well, that's not good. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, let's end this abomination.
Here I go killing again.
For real.
Ting,
I don't think you need to bother talking to this guy.
Probably not.
Ting, make a electronics remote ops plus dexterity check.
Oh wait, I get another +1 on that because I'm in my combat. Well, never mind. Just 14.
Okay.
Fuck it.
So
I'll settle for that.
you send your drone into this maintenance hatch, and you're scooting around, and
I'm hauling ass.
well, I don't know if you're hauling ass in these maintenance hatches. They are pretty narrow.
Yeah,
even-
but I rolled a 14.
right, but even for your drone. But you round a corner, kind of above one of these, in between decks here, above one of these staterooms, and you see that there is a female Aslan, kind of a fairly slight build, probably younger, that is kind of belly crawling her way through this maintenance hatch. She is fully dressed. I mean, she looks a little worse for wear, but she is not in a complete feral state.
Can I say something on the little speaker of the drone?
The camera drones don't speak; they will record. but that camera drone won't talk back.
Okay,
It's basically a hovering TV camera.
right.
Good information that there's
Well, you could
someone
use the
alive.
intercom.
Yeah, I can turn the intercom on in the room below her
Yeah.
and say I'll say it in what is it, trog,
Trog.
troc, or
Yeah.
whatever. I'll say, this is the Star Dragon Knight of Jagersteel, Ting Hansen. We've come to rescue you. You need to come to the bridge.
Hmm. Uh,
But she's safe for where she is, isn't she?
Uh,
I thought we tell her we're gonna kill the other guys, maybe.
well, I mean, I'm thinking if we go toss trank gas in the fucking cargo hold, we can put this thing down, and you can do your studies on a living specimen.
so, and you're saying that in Troke?
Yeah.
She. That is a very good question.
And just crawl back through the hatch and come into the bridge, and we're going to take care of you. We're going to use non-lethal means to put your friend into a stage and see if we can reverse the bioagent he's probably ingested. We're here to set things right. You can trust us, guy. We are good people. Wholesome.
At
Our
least like
wholesomeness.
60% of the time.
I know, man.
We're all Eagle Scouts.
we
50%
Yeah.
Eagle Scout, I think.
So she
I
turns.
won't tell you what planet that's from, but
She practically turns a 180. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen a cat in a very narrow tunnel space, but they can almost turn themselves inside out. And she turns a 180 in that maintenance hatch and reaches out and kind of bats your camera drone, and it skitters back down the hall, but she doesn't do any damage to it. And she turns and takes off crawling at a high rate of speed, well, half of her movement rate, down the maintenance hatch and drops down into another maintenance hatch into the deck that you're currently on. So she's still on deck 1. She went this direction.
Yeah. All right.
All
Well,
right, we tried.
yeah. If she tries to crawl into our ship, our Marines and the Sindalian Deathbot should stop her.
Yeah, shit'll get real if she does that.
Yeah. So that'd be very dumb.
Do you
But-
have trait gas then?
Yeah, I've got trank gas grenades.
All right, let's do it. Let's throw it at the guy gnawing on corpses.
All right. Yeah.
all I got is stun. I got some stun grenades.
I think I might as well, but trait gas sounds.
So you have full security access. You can lock individual iris valves if you want.
Lock them all down except for the one. I will put it to set it to be unlocked by a signal that's on my comm,
Okay.
so that way I can just can unlock.
you can link your mobile comm to the ship.
Yeah. I will make all of us. Some kind of comm each crew member has will be like a fob. That just opens a hatch wherever we want, but it's really only us.
Just gonna install an app. I mean,
Now, if you guys would just bend over for a moment, I have to.
It's a suppository.
I've got to give you a fob suppository, so this will be neat.
It's like Goodberry. I mean, wow.
Yeah.
So you're locking down everything.
Oh hell yes!
All right. So I mean, whatever. So essentially, so this guy, this male Aslan that is in the cargo hold is clearly he would be too large to fit into the maintenance crawlway.
Yeah. I'm gonna start on all the comms throughout the whole place. You know, everywhere there's a speaker, I want to play funky jungle sounds, screaming monkeys, crickets, birds.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
set the
you're
tone.
just gonna fuck with them.
Such a tone. All right.
I like it.
Yeah,
So
I'm
he,
gonna play Ride of the Valkyries.
so he is essentially trapped in the cargo hold at this point.
yeah.
What do you guys want to do?
Me.
We're gonna head there, and we're gonna throw stun grenades and trank gas into the cargo hold to try to.
So you're going through this one.
Oh hell yeah! And if
Okay.
we see the other Aslan, you know, we'll do whatever the hell it is that we do. But I mean,
She had a chance, that's how I feel.
yeah, I tried to talk.
You did.
Well, I do have a stunner.
Yeah,
All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep
I've
on
got
the
a
standby.
stunner and a laser pistol and a shotgun and stun grenades. And if we really get desperate, how about a plasma grenade?
She's probably the
don't
only
do
one who
that here.
knows what happened. So I would like her to be alive if possible. If she's like fighting us and shit, then I don't know. She'll probably die.
Yeah, we don't want to do anything that's going to rupture the hull of the ship.
True.
Yeah, so I mean, you know,
And,
we really, we really should not use like rocket propelled grenades or
You know
frag
what we should
grenades.
do? Sorry.
Go
We should trank this guy and then load him into a low berth if there's one big enough for him.
Okay.
Because then
mean,
we can
yeah.
examine what's wrong, like with a good med bay somewhere.
We've got a good med bay on the Osiris, I think.
Yes.
We can
Yeah.
stick him down, and you can. We'll hook you up, man. We'll give you different probes.
I got a probulator. We're all set.
Yeah, hell yeah, with some little spike.
Everybody knows you can only get a good brain scan if you get through the
Yeah.
anus. So let's see here.
Let's see.
Ting's got the
Let me
grenades.
draw.
Ting's got the trank grenades. Who wants to be next behind Ting?
I nominate Gregor with the stunner.
Okay.
And I got stun grenades as well, so I can do either one.
Excellent.
I'm shrinking you guys down to the size of the actual squares.
That'll be okay. We could be bigger than the squares.
Yeah.
That'll make it easy to navigate.
We just push the walls away.
Yeah, fuck the walls.
So one of the things to keep in mind is that, I mean, this is actually a pretty good map because this really does show, how cramped it is aboard a ship. I mean, the cargo hold would be considered quite spacious compared to the rest of your space.
Yeah, and these staterooms are none too stately.
No,
Okay,
no.
so me and Keith are peeking around the corner, and the deal is if your stuff doesn't work for some reason, hit the deck, and then we can cover your fire at that point.
Sounds
Yeah.
fun. Yeah.
Rockingham. Here.
We have an unknown Aslan somewhere.
Right.
Somewhere over here. Oh, on the left, somewhere close to the left turret.
And so he. I guess they both get a 0. Yeah, they both get a 0.
Are we rolling initiative?
Yeah.
It's so cool that I only have to roll for one character.
I know, right? Oof. Oh, she rolled bad.
13. Gregor gets a 13.
Okay. Wow. Okay. All right. So, Gregor, you are behind Ting. Ting is in front of the iris valve door leading into the cargo hold. It is closed, and you can see from, over his shoulder the door panel is currently in the locked mode. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna throw a stun grenade at the door.
Yeah. Well, you could activate your mobile comm and be like, "Hey, Ting, surprise!" and open the door.
I'm gonna wait for Ting to open the door.
Okay.
Yeah, we're all.
All just
I don't
kind of
have any.
waiting on Ting.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't have anything to do either, so we can skip to 2.
Okay. All right, Ting.
I can't pick my nose with my helmet on.
I'm gonna open up the door,
Okay.
and yeah, before I open the door, I'm gonna have my trank grenade in my hand.
Okay.
Just open the door and step in a little bit,
Okay.
and if that's him standing right there,
Yeah, he's chewing on a body.
okay. Well, the blast 9. I mean, I can move 2 squares, right, and still set off the grenade.
Yeah. So does trank grenades have blast 9?
Yeah.
Is my index.
It's on page 157.
Okay.
Train gas grenades has a blast of 9.
That is
Hmm.
a big blast radius for a trank grenade. Yeah, it does. That is a 9-meter range. You know what? Here, I'm gonna do that. We'll just make our life really easy.
What do you even realize what a grenade is?
That's a good question.
Doesn't really matter as long as he knows to breathe and breathe a lot.
Well, if he didn't know what it was, he'd just watch it come up and while he was chewing.
Right.
I mean, I'm thinking if I get close enough, all I have to do is just kind of, I won't really even have to roll. I'll just have to pull the trigger and just kind of hand it to him, like here.
There. Now our measurement tool will work. So
Oh, cool.
this is a blast radius of 9.
9 meters?
Yeah.
And how far can I walk with without? I mean, I can do 3 meters. Can I do 5? Right?
You with a minor action, you can move 6 meters.
Okay, so yeah, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to, have the thing open, and I'm going to just walk right up to him and activate the trank grenade and just kind of toss it right there at his feet.
Okay. Hold on just a second. I'm going to click a button. I might disappear for just a second. Click. And we're waiting.
Wait, how loud it would be pushing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am back.
Too much clickety clack.
Yeah, I'm like, whoa.
Yeah. So in theory, only old boy here has to make a 10 difficulty endurance check, or he's got issues.
So did you make your
Do I have to roll?
Yeah, athletics dexterity check.
Well, I mean, not necessarily throwing it. I'm just holding it here in my hand and setting it off.
Oh,
I'm
you're
right
just
next to it.
okay. Okay. So, the reason why I clicked that button is I want to try. Oh, this is going to be kind of fucking cool. Okay, so from you.
Yeah, 9 meters in every direction
Can you
is in
guys
a
see that?
gas cloud.
Yeah, we can
I
see
don't know.
that.
So
I'm on a different.
that is the 9-meter gas cloud.
Fuck
So
yeah.
yeah,
All right. I think we all have respirators that keep us safe.
yeah.
No,
You're all in battle dress, so that shouldn't
you're
be
all
an
in
issue.
battle dress. I don't care.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That was
All right. I thought it was like
kind of.
blasting explosively, but it's just all right.
No, it's
Good.
just releasing a gas.
Like,
Yeah,
Okay, so
and
you
then
you
And
pull
it
the
everybody.
pin here.
smells
Just
like a fart.
Yeah,
you walk up and you pull the pin. Let's see, we're on Ting. And he has to make a what? An
a
endurance.
a 10 difficult endurance check, or he falls unconscious
Oh, that's
for
not going to be a problem. I don't think.
1d3 rounds. Although heavy winds and rains can do. Oh no, the gas will dissipate. Uh,
Fuck me. Of course, I had to roll a 3. So he gets a 6, and
oh,
kind of gets woozy and falls asleep.
sweet.
yay.
Are
Well,
the
that's too
are there any
easy.
low berths big enough to put him in?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Sweet. We're doing that.
So he is.
Now get through
He's
here.
sleepy, Aslan.
Right. Do you guys think? Would you guys like video me if I rode him like I rode that cat back on?
He's all
You know,
floppy.
woo, yeah. He'll be all fluffy and laid out. No, I'm joking.
So you guys are running in to secure him and drag his ass back to the low berths. Is that your?
We're gonna
That's the
stick him in a
idea.
low berth and then examine him with better medical stuff than is on the ship, probably.
Okay. So, Keith, make a recon plus intellect check.
All right. Uh, 13.
Okay. Just again, I want it to linger.
I didn't even get to shoot.
Yeah,
Maybe we will.
yeah.
So she's going to have to. Well, okay.
Is she asleep too?
Quite possibly.
We are going to find out. She's not as well off as he is. So this, you hear a loud thump against this door.
All right. I'll investigate that shortly.
Yeah, I'd go straight over there and check it out.
Oh, you want to go straight over there? Okay.
Yeah.
We gotta wait for King, who's the one that has the command to open the things.
Oh no, everybody's comm can do it.
Oh, okay. I thought it was just you.
Yeah,
All right.
it's like everybody's comm has got a fob signal. You can just open the door.
So yeah, everybody's mobile comm can open a door. So it says how much? 1d times 3 rounds.
Yeah, that's until it dissipates. They
So-
can roll again on intervals
Oh,
of
right.
every-
This is
every-
-2 to all attacks on targets within the cloud. No, wrong one.
the damage unconscious an interval
It
of
doesn't.
1
It
round.
doesn't say.
It's just you keep making your check every other round.
Okay.
I guess maybe.
Yeah,
know,
it's,
Then you have
although-
to. It's not really the clearest verbiage
No.
I've seen, but
Any living target, right? Damage unconscious and interval of 1 round. Oh. They're talking about poison rolls. I get what they're saying.
Oh well, that's all that matters.
Yeah, so encounters and dangers. Poisons. So poisons and disease work almost exactly the same. They're very similar. So they have an interval. Trank gas is every 1d seconds. So each round is 6 seconds. So he can make one every. He can make one twice a round. Huh. Okay. Well, hold on then. I guess I was premature in removing him because he might wake up. And same with her. Oops. My bad. My bad.
You got to keep the 2. No.
Well, yeah, no, I get to keep the 2 a bit. And then, so every, so Keith went, they're both unconscious, new round. So Gregor, what are you doing?
I'm moving to here, and I'm stunning this guy.
Okay.
You know, if he can wake up, I'm going to see if I can keep him go to sleep.
The stunner is a good mechanic because you roll your damage on it, and all you have to do is just go past his endurance, and he's unconscious. So it's also quicker than actually killing him in a lot of instances. But either way, he's having bad things. Hopefully, Keith doesn't get beat up by the sleeping chick Aslan female.
Oh, she's a weak little girl.
I would say that is just a stunner.
So I get 2 for being close, 2 for my deck.
No, I'd say coup de grace. It's an automatic hit. So with your, oh, here we go. What TL is that stunner? Is it a 12?
Yeah.
So roll 3d.
10.
Okay. He has
52 endurance.
no, not quite that bad. But bad enough. You got 10. That's actually pretty good. That puts he jerks around and 1, 2, 3, 4. He jerks around and I'm gonna see that might actually wake him up. It does. So he spazzes and starts thrashing a boot.
Would he still get his +3 if he lost those endurance from the stunner attack?
Oh, that's right. That's right. Maybe he doesn't. Hold on.
Rules lawyer.
King Hansen, rules lawyer extraordinaire. So no, yeah, he does not. You are correct, sir. Let's re-roll that. Nope, he doesn't wake up. You're right. You are right.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
And what's his endurance?
It's probably down to below 5.
Close.
Yeah. I'm just guessing. I mean, you know.
No, you hit him. You hit him pretty solid with that stunner. Beth, what are you doing?
I moved before, so I thought we were out of combat, so I moved myself over there. I was originally here. 1, 2, 3, 4.
You might
go
guys, help Keith.
Yeah, you guys are okay moving the guy. It seems like you're doing all right. Okay.
We're just going to keep stunning him until we don't think he's going to move anymore.
he ain't going to do nothing for a while. But even if he wakes up, there's still train gas. He should go back down.
So did Keith open the thing?
Yeah, I'll say Keith, you came over here previous round. You opened the iris valve, and this is just a pretty much standard stateroom, standard crew stateroom, and there is leaning up against this iris valve. Now these iris valves, of course, open up. They're square doors, but the internal open in kind of like a almost circular fashion. They're quite frankly stupid doors, but they open up, and this female Aslan slumps over unconscious.
All right, let's bring her to the bridge where we told her to go.
So I would like to cuff her immediately if I can do that before I end my first round.
Yeah. Do you have cuffs?
I believe I do.
Guys,
I do vaguely
I don't know
remember.
if we do.
I do vaguely remember you guys at one point buying cuffs or stealing them.
I know I had cuffs at some
I'm
point.
sorry, looted them.
Yeah, exactly. Looted them. Yeah.
It might have been when you got shot up by those bounty hunters, or not bounty hunters, mercs.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say that you would have cuffs. So, okay, so yeah, you cuff her. Where are you guys dragging her ass?
To the bridge where we wanted to originally.
Okay.
Probably.
Yeah, so you can both drag her. Let's see. Just a line. So you guys can drag her. I'll just put her in the middle of you. About here.
All right, that's where we're at.
Cool.
Ting, what are you doing?
I'm gonna grapple the Aslan.
Oh, well, I mean, he's unconscious, so you don't.
Right. Well, I mean, I'm gonna get him up, and I'm gonna kind of lock his arms, kind of in a position where he really can't strike out. I'm gonna start dragging him.
And where are you going with him?
Right now,
Yeah.
gonna take him to the brig on the Osiris.
Okay.
We're putting him in a low berth. Low
Yeah, I
berth.
thought you were gonna stick him in a low berth.
Oh, that's right. Going to the low berth.
Okay.
Stick him in a low berth. Going, come on, man. Just put you in a low berth, you bastard.
So you would get to about right there. Put him right next to you.
Where are the low berths? I thought they were in 6.
They're in 3.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Oh, whoop, that was Gregor, not my bad. Actually, that means that you can get one closer. So
They'll be like, this was easy, Captain. But we'll have him set up for you to begin the dissection. And
I don't know if I want to visit anything.
well, just the options there.
So I will say that between Beth and Keith, you drag this unconscious female Aslan into the bridge. She is still unconscious.
All right. Let's secure her to a chair. Or something.
Rip cuffs apart.
We'll
We'll find out.
Yeah.
Kind of doubt it, though.
That'd be a big mistake, but whatever. These people
I
aren't
wanna know what
gonna
happened.
know to think.
You guys are kind of leapfrogging here.
That's fine. I mean, probably Gregor's helping me. Probably got a stunner in the hand. If he starts acting up, we're just going to hit him again.
No kidding.
Yeah. I mean, we're just kind of dragging him along. I've got him in like a a Nelson hold.
So
I
between
don't
the
like
two of
those.
you
First
are
time
able to
somebody
get
put me in the
him.
full Nelson, I passed out.
Yeah.
You guys are able to get him into the low berth. So we'll start with Gregor and Ting first. So Gregor and Ting, you are at the low berths. Are you? What are you doing with them?
Sticking him in a low berth, turning it on.
Okay. Do either of you have medic?
Nope.
I have it at 1.
You have it at 1?
Yeah.
Oh, well, then you turn the thing on. I'm shoving him in there and kind of closing it, and I'll look over and I go, do I try to hit the vein with this? And, I'll stick it in his arm a couple times and be like that. And, you can tell me no or whatever.
Okay.
No, you stick it up his ass.
Okay. Roll him over.
I got a 12.
Okay. So let me.
No. Wrong roll. That was 3. I got a 7.
It's not that hard of a check. I think it's really the check.
Should
you
be
have
a
to
should be
pull it
a
out.
should be a normal.
If you kill him on accident, oh well. Like
That's true. I mean,
they were gonna be an enemy, so
It's like we don't know how to reverse the feralness anyway.
No, but
He making nice. He making my specimen. Even if he's dead, we can still cut him up and take blood samples, skin samples,
true.
organ
Yeah.
samples, brain samples.
maybe we could take it
okay.
to tech
So
world.
it
They can help us
says.
figure it out.
So what'd you get for your medic check?
7.
So yeah, it's just a 6. It's a routine 6+, and so you are getting him hooked up. It takes you about 3 minutes just to get him hooked up. Prepared. Oh, upon opening the capsule is when the. I'm sorry. So the medic check is upon opening it. Further, DM +1 is applied if the ship is TL 12 or higher. While non-human suffer a DM -2. Emergency low berth inflicts DM -1 on this check. If the check is failed, the passenger dies.
Yeah, but we're okay with that risk.
Right. So, so you guys are getting him set up in the low berth. So, Beth and Keith, you've got this unconscious female. And she, like I said, she looks like she's on the younger side. And she doesn't look like she has gone, she hasn't joined the commune yet. So she's still, she's ratty looking because she's been crawling around in maintenance ducts. But she's not, her clothing isn't like torn to shreds like she's been trying to rip her clothes off. She doesn't quite have as much blood around her jowls like he does from gnawing on corpses. She appears to be a little bit neater. She's clearly been, eating some corpses or something, but she doesn't seem ravenous about it.
Well,
Okay.
you gotta eat. If she's been in this ship for a week and no food, she got to eat something.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, there are stores up in the common area.
I guess we're waiting for her to wake up. We're sticking her in a chair.
Right, and I when she wakes up, I want to start speaking to her in Troc.
Okay, so
We might have a couple around.
so you guys, we are officially out of combat. So
Okay, cool.
you guys get her awake, kind of slap her around. Are you adjusting the cuffs before you wake her up fully? Are you adjusting her so that they are fastened to the chair? Or what do you? How
That's
are
what
you?
I want to do.
Yeah, I'd like to put her attached to the chair in the chair.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, you do all this while she's unconscious, and the trank gas the trank gas finally wears off, and she comes around, What are you saying to her in Troc? She's clearly groggy.
Yeah, I'm gonna say we don't mean you any harm. Let's we'd like to understand what happened here. Um, can you tell us what's been going on the last week?
How are we apprehended the large Aslan male? That was easy.
Yeah, the other Aslan male is in our custody. We'd like to understand what's going on before we do any harm to anybody.
So she, well, that's
When we were in low birth, do we notice anybody else in low birth? Any other?
no.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
when you two were in the low births, you only saw that there were 2 capsules. The rest of them looked like they were unused. There were 2 capsules, and both of them were open.
Okay.
And from what you could read with your medic check, checking the logs, that they both were occupied by Aslan passengers. 1 male, 1 female, no names given.
Okay.
And so each low berth generally has a small locker for whoever's personal items. And when I say small, I mean really small. Like you barely have enough room in there for the clothes on your back. I mean, this is low passage. And those lockers were both empty.
Oh, huh. Weird.
Yeah, well, maybe she'll have some answers. If not, I mean, then I guess we have to take them to the medical bay and start doing your experiments there, right?
So she is quite. You can't really tell if she is completely disoriented still from the trank gas, but she appears to be in a fairly confused state.
Okay. We can wait longer. We can go look at the rest of the ship and have some Marines hang out with her.
Can we use smelling salts?
So in her confused state, she starts to strain against her bonds.
Oh man, she needs to calm down.
Give her some drugs.
I have lots of drugs, I think.
And she is really straining on those cuffs. Like she is straining the chain like quite. She has pulled it quite taut behind her back, and she's trying to get loose.
Is she injuring herself?
That's a really good question. She's not quite to the point of injuring herself yet, but
Okay.
that if she continues in this manner, she appears to be quite strong.
Okay. Maybe we should drug her up and stick her in a low berth too. Fucking shit. I don't know.
I mean,
Any better ideas?
I'd say take some blood and then stick her in a low berth.
Yeah, we could do that.
Okay.
I'd say to knock her out, then take some blood.
Yeah.
Then put her in a light board.
Yeah, I think that's probably what we'll be doing.
Yeah, she seems in her confusion to be the confusion in and of itself is causing her to get into a more and more agitated state.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to work as a team and give her drugs and take her blood and stick her in the other low berth, just like before.
Okay. All right. So go ahead and make a medic plus intellect or education check.
An 11.
Okay. So yeah, you hit her with a air hypo and she goes night night. You knock her up with about 40 milligrams of Thorazine, and she's no longer going to hover 6 feet above her bed. And you draw some blood. You take a blood sample, and you guys lock her up and stick her in the low berths. Now, when you were in the cargo hold, you did find some other things that were in there. Of course, they were not your primary concern at the time, but you did notice that there were a bunch of cargo containers in here.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna go over the inventory when we got out of action anyway.
So there is no inventory. So the Principled Profiteer did not keep a cargo manifest of what it was taking on, but you do find that there are there are 6 containers.
Shall we crack one
actually,
open?
we'll find out how many containers.
Yeah, there's 8 on the graphic.
Well, the graphic doesn't matter. Yeah, there are
Oh.
6. There are 6 containers in the cargo hold. They are
Well,
all completely unmarked, but they are sealed.
Let's open one up.
Let's see what's going on.
All right. So Beth, you said first. So go ahead and roll a d6.
5.
So you open you get a crowbar and you pry open this container. It is filled with machinery and spares. Basically spare parts to fix said machinery. It is mass-produced, Ling standard products. It's not high quality, but it does have a resale value of about 50,000 credits.
Okie doke. Who else wants to crack one open and see if it's got more of the same or something different?
Yeah, I'll bust one.
Okay, roll a d6.
2.
So you crack open a container, and it has a fair amount of basic colony supplies. But it also has some small arms and ammunition. And the total value of the crate is about 25,000 credits. So
Keith is writing all these
it's-
down, by the way.
Yeah, that's fine. When I say basic colony supplies, it's got meal packs, first aid kits, blankets, tents, survival equipment, auto pistols, probably auto rifles, and said ammunition to go with such, blades.
Gregor rolls a 5.
Right. So a 5, you find another containery full of machinery and spare parts worth 50,000.
You want to roll Keith?
Yeah. 6.
So Keith opens a container, and it has advanced colony equipment, such as a miniature fusion generator, manufacturing equipment, and it has a value of 100,000 on the open market.
That's a good job.
There's one left.
Yep, there's one left.
Well, I'm taking it
Do it.
to open it. Roll the 1.
This one has this one also has basic colony
200-year-old
supplies.
MREs.
This one has basic colony supplies like ration packed clothing and tools worth 10,000 credits.
Alrighty. Well, we opened all those. What do you guys want to look at next? Oh yeah, I wanted Keith to look at engineering and see if he could tell if it was like a recent development that all the wires got pulled out, or if they set it up stupidly.
Sure. Keith, go ahead and make an engineering power plus intellect or education.
Okay. That's 11.
Okay, so you looking over the engineering, the port and starboard engineering sections, you can determine that for the most part, engineering looks like it had been kept in fairly, I wouldn't say good shape, but it was at least serviceable shape. This wiring was something new.
Okay, it got all messed up at some point.
So it got got done while they were probably in jump.
So one of the things that Keith and Beth would know, having traveled with a male Aslan, and having dealt with Aslan directly, is that engineering is a woman's job, as far as Aslan are concerned.
So the dude
In-
probably
in-
got in there and got confused and
in-
angry.
In fact, at one point in the past, Keith, there was some Aslan males that had confused, because they don't deal with humans very much. They had confused Keith for a woman because they knew he was the engineer.
Yeah. All right. So that's solved. And there's no people in there. Are there any more corpses around, I wonder?
Not on you. No, this would be pretty much the standard crew for an Empress Brava, which usually is
so we
about
could,
5 people.
Yeah. Then we're assuming that we walked through and looked at all the staterooms and just at least made sure there's nobody else around.
Yeah, these staterooms up here appear to be empty, except for this stateroom on the port side. Looks like it was probably the captain's quarters.
Keith wants to look for hidden compartments. He feels like there's something more to this.
I want to look for hidden compartments. I think there's something hidden on this ship that we're not seeing.
Okay.
Yeah, the lack of manifests and the lack of identifying information on the low passengers is really suspicious. There's something
Well,
fucked up
they
here.
were going to drop shit off to this Aslan group.
Right,
Yeah.
but they might have had something.
They were supposed to have weapons.
That they were
weren't
smuggling. It seems like they should have been.
Yeah, the only weapons were the auto pistols and the auto rifle.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's as advertised, though. Sure.
Right. It sounds like a bait and switch. So Keith, make a investigate plus intellect check. And I'll give you a +2 to that because you have access to basically the bridge, so you have access to the entire layout of the ship.
With a +2, that gives me 10.
Okay. So you do find that there is a hidden cargo compartment in the cargo hold, and in there.
I never would have thought to look for that.
In that hidden cargo compartment, you do find another unmarked crate.
Interesting. I'll open up that crate.
So in that crate, you find that there are 10. Sorry,
Nuclear warheads.
I thought I was on. I thought I was on the right page, but I was not. You find that in that crate, there are 10 Gauss assault guns and ammo.
That's still not quite what we were told would be here, right?
Well, I mean, Gauss assault guns, that's
good.
serious military hardware.
All right, well, we can take that.
Gauss what?
It's a Gauss assault gun.
Okay.
It's a short weapon, uses Gauss technology to accelerate many flechettes, creating a rapid-fire shotgun effect. Small size makes it convenient on board ships and amongst vehicle crews, yet it retains a powerful short-range punch. They do 40 damage and have auto 5.
We need to immediately get the service bot to go to engineering and put it back together properly.
That's a good idea.
That's a good idea.
Okay. So your maintenance droid can go and get to work in engineering.
Yeah. We need to get this ship all cleaned up, ready, and everything off of it and ready to set.
You've got two. You've got the crew droid and then the AX-57 astromech droid that can both be kind of cleaning up engineering.
Yeah.
What do we do with all these bodies?
That's a good question.
Do we have a recycler that makes them into mushrooms? Or... No.
No, that's Friday night's game.
Okay.
I mean,
Damn
we
it.
just eject them with all the trash.
After we get out of jump.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
see, and so the thing about jump is that I don't know that jettisoning anything or opening any part of the ship while in jump would be wise, because I think that would kind of fuck up the jump bubble.
Yeah.
You know what we
As
should
far as I
do?
know, because
We
you got to
should load
figure
them
you're
in.
in a small hydrogen-filled bubble jump private universe.
We should load them into the empty loaders just so they don't like stink up the place really bad.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, we'll freeze
Are
them.
there enough?
Yeah, there should
There's
be.
only 4 more left. There were 5 bodies.
Well, it shows four. It shows 4 on the map. But it says,
A lot of them were in chunks. I think we can like
We can double,
redistribute it.
triple up. Man.
Yeah, we can
They're
double them
dead.
up. They're dead.
It'll be all right.
Yeah, I mean, you could stick them in, the starboard cargo airlock and
Yeah.
leave them there, and
Okay, that's
And
another
then,
idea.
and then
when-
everybody, yeah.
And then we
everybody,
have the Marines hose it out when we get somewhere.
Yeah.
basically.
that is a good question.
and our stewards need to start cleaning and scrubbing and going over this ship needs to get ready to sell. It needs to be cleaned up and give
We
a
just
good
need to put
presentation.
we need to put an as is sticker on it. It'll be fine.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
It comes with
and-
3 corpses.
We can take those Gauss rifles and arm our Marines with them, right?
Yes.
Oh,
you can.
yeah, that's a great idea.
They're basically Gauss shotguns, auto shotguns is what they are.
That's pretty cool.
Gauss auto flip
Yeah.
shotguns. I mean, that sounds like my kind of gun.
I'm most
God,
interested
God, if I could get
in
25 mil for this ship,
So it says low berths times 4. My
Oh,
question
so
is,
there's not enough.
well, I don't know, and that's why I'm kind of looking.
they've got 6 on the picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got
Right,
taken in by the
library.
picture.
Field compartment. Extra lifespan.
I mean, this is not a bad ship.
No, Empress Maravas are one of my favorite ships. I remember the first time I saw it, I was like, "Holy crap, I want that." In fact, the first Traveler game that I ever did, we retconned their Beowulf and made it an Empress Marava.
I've been thinking about printing out a Beowulf, but I don't know what I'd do with it.
Well, this
Like 3 feet
Marava,
long. What do you do with something 3 feet long?
it
Oh, you
has.
mean a 3D printing one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can take this
big.
Marava and send it back to Thieves with our other Harrier, and I mean, at the very beginning, I mean, we can just throw some crew on it and use that big ass cargo hold to make that selling of all that bullshit go faster. Because we have the other Harrier right now. It's just shuttling back and forth, selling cargo.
This has a huge cargo hold.
Yeah. So I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
it has a
yeah, it's got
use.
57. It's got a cargo hold worth, not exactly 57 tons. It is actually.
It's just a lot of options.
Yeah,
I mean,
so I mean, it says 50. The standard is 57 tons, but some of that is taken up with a concealed compartment, which is
probably 5 or 10. Was that a doorbell? Oh, it was on a phone in my house.
Oh.
Yeah, but I heard the doorbell.
So a concealed compartment is 20,000 per ton. So it's actually 56 tons of standard cargo. It's got 1 ton of concealed cargo compartment.
Okay, I mean, but that's still there's a lot of options. But again, I mean,
That's
unless
twice the size of the Harrier.
well,
What, the Harrier's got what, 35?
The
it's that
Harrier.
much.
So the Rorix has 36 tons of cargo space, and the Harrier has 29.7, and that's and the Anubis has slightly less than that because they converted some of that space over to a full medical bay and something else. I think.
The other thing is
Vehicle
our fuel bladder.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Most of that cargo space is taken up with fuel bladder. That's true. So yeah.
If we don't want to use it, we could sell this ship, and
So
might be able to get good.
Something to keep in mind is you already have an upgraded version of Empress Morava.
With the shenanigans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
But it's
basically already have one of these, but Shenanigans is a little bit faster. It's got a better drive, maneuver drive. I think it might have, well, what? Here is Shenanigans. So yeah, jump 2, thrust 4, so it's got a faster drive in it. Holographic controls. It has a conscious intelligence on it. The computer core has been massively upgraded. And I think the power plant's been upgraded too.
Yeah, we can't get to it though at the very present time.
Right.
So that's a problem. But I mean, I think the first step is to get out of jump and rendezvous with the rest of our fleet and decide where the fuck we want to go. We accomplished our little side mission for old dude.
Right.
Wait.
intervened.
We have blood tests and like exams to do in the med bay.
That is
Yeah.
I want to do that really bad because if these Aslan are feral also have the same disease, then that's like kind of a big deal for us to find 2 of them in 2 different places.
Yes. So you are in your med bay on. Well, let me switch you back over.
And we're gonna shut down all the life support on that ship, I guess. Well, I don't know. There might be nothing to say.
Well, let the engineer droids decide it. If they do it for efficiency's sake, that's their business.
Yeah, but yeah, they need to rewire that, and we need to copy their hard drives so that way we can check it over.
You guys should look into them and see if anything's hidden in there too. Maybe there's some information.
Yeah, because we need to see if they got in touch with the Dawn Seeker anywhere in their hard drives.
So you guys can see this map, right? This new one?
Yes.
Okay, so you're back on the Osiris. So, yeah, so you have, of course, your med bay here in number 13. Right here, this is quite the impressive med bay. So, my broad skills. So, Beth can make a... I would guess it would be a life sciences... science, life sciences plus your intellect or education. Because you're doing lab work. So it's going to be biology, xenology, genetics, that kind of thing.
Got an 8.
Okay, so that is enough. You do... So what you pick up in these blood samples is that these Aslan have been contaminated by a similar agent to the biological agent that you ran into on Paul.
Oh gosh, that's not
Oh my goodness.
It is showing that there have been some modifications made to it. Either
So it's
these modifications could mean one of two things. Either this was an earlier variant, or this is a new variant. But there's
Are we
enough
going?
markers for you to know that it's similar enough to be, that it's manufactured. Somebody's tinkering with this.
Why was the fighters headed towards this ship?
That's a good question. It
Ju-
seemed like a trap. I really feel like
You
the
mean
guy.
the Thebes starfighters?
Yeah.
Just doing a standard patrol run, and then they saw you racing for it, so they assumed that it was a pirate action.
All right. So it had done. It wasn't. That's the way we feel about what we observed. So
Yeah.
all right. Then yeah. It did feel
the
like
other fighters didn't show up until you turned one of their initial fighter into shrapnel.
yeah. Well, that's the way we do things.
Right.
Are we going anywhere near Tech World anytime soon? I bet they could help us with this
So
problem.
you're coming out of jump.
We go wherever we want.
You are coming out of jump at number 1 because you were following the last known flight path of the Dawn Seeker, which was the modified subsidized merchant that was involved in dumping said biological agent on Paul.
Well, next time we're near Tech World, we can give them the frozen guys.
Yeah, I mean they're in a low berth now. I mean low berths only take up 1 power, and so if you keep these guys in low, that's 2 power points that are deducted from your total. But aside from that, so
This Tech World is just so
yeah, it's way
far
down
away
there. Yeah.
down here.
Yeah. I don't know who else to ask for help with this.
Well, I mean, there's Palindrome and Thieve are high tech places that are. I mean, God,
If you were to,
I'm going back to Thieves.
So
we could from here we go to Salif, and then from Salif we fill bladders and then hit Thieve.
Yeah,
Well,
they would just want to sell it, though.
that
wouldn't they?
is exactly what I was just going to say. If it gets out that you have access to a biological agent that can basically turn Aslan into mindless terrors, Thief is going to turn itself inside out trying to get that information. You guys will become not necessarily public enemy number 1, but you're going to be really popular.
With some really awful people.
With some really bad people, yeah.
Okay, well, let's take it to our space station.
Well,
first.
at least we'll be able to find out if that other guy's dead or not.
Yeah.
Because if we announce that we can kill all the Aslan, guess who's going to show up?
Well,
if he's
nobody,
alive?
no one that was on the ship to see them eat people besides us is alive. So we can keep this a secret pretty easily, I think. They're just 2 Aslans and Lobers.
We're still trying to find the Dawnseeker, and that was the original lead we had on this problem in the first place. So,
yeah, we'll follow that first.
So you guys have some previous experience on number 1, and if you remember, number 1 was you had been here before. This was the previous Sindalian prison planet, and it is currently owned. It is currently under the rule of Warden Ranib. Whoops, that's not all what I wanted.
Is this the planet you're a queen on or some shit?
No.
Keith has a gas station. Close enough.
Yeah, Keith has a gas station here, but number 1 is ruled by someone named Warden Renib, and she is actually,
A little girl, if I remember right.
yes,
Yeah.
she is a very young girl. How
Good
old is
job.
she? She is.
He's like
She's
psychotic. He's like a
yeah.
She's
sociopath, I
8.
think.
She's 8, and she has a pretty big hard on for pirates. Like
Yeah.
she likes to hear stories of pirates. She likes to know about pirates, but not because she likes pirates. She wants to kill pirates, and so she previously, when you were here, she was in good with one of Peter Vallis's his right hand man, that old guy, and she's just kind of a little shit. She's a pain in the ass, and unfortunately, she's a little shit that rules an entire planet. And most of the colony, well, the only colony on number 1 is way down at the bottom of the ocean, which
Yeah.
prevented prisoners from escaping. So, so that is that is number 1. You were aware that this was the last stopover of, or at least the that was the flight plan that was scheduled for
Dawnseeker.
for the Dawnseeker.
Are other Harriers? Did they show up here or?
Yes, they are waiting for you.
Okay.
They jumped before you did.
Right.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you have a couple of options if you're looking for Dawnseeker. I mean, Keith has a gas station here, so
Oh, so that'd have some kind of record if they could get some gas.
Right.
Yeah, go
Yeah.
ahead.
And we're not on bad terms with the ruler girl, are we?
you're
Not
on,
great.
You're not on great terms. So you kind of if
Snapped
you
her a
remember,
little
there
bit.
was that whole sub battle.
Yeah.
Right.
And you guys kind of blitzed out of there in a hurry. She's I mean, you left without saying goodbye. You hurt some feelings, and she's 8 and psychotic. So,
I felt like she was gonna eat my kidneys or something.
So
Right,
she,
yeah.
she wants our heads.
Yeah, probably.
Well, she probably wants to put you in one of those Everglass domes and drop you down to the bottom of the ocean.
But we're on a different ship.
True.
So let's just use our aliases.
Yeah, let's just go to the gas station.
Yeah, go to the gas station, and if anybody talks to us on the radio or anything, I am now going to introduce myself as Jug.
I already have an alias. I wrote it down. It's Nancy Shumway.
Yeah.
Nancy Shumway.
Yeah.
And I'm Jug. That's JUGGUG. And
That works. I
yeah.
think. Is that
It's
a
a play on-
suspicious name?
well, no, it's just a play on how people use the word GIF or GIF,
Oh, okay. All right.
So I spell it JUG and then GUG and pronounce it both the same because what the fuck?
So first of all, Keith, so are you guys docking at the fuel station? And I mean, you get, of course, free fuel.
Yeah, of course.
So you are also able to pick up another 900,000 credits. It's been a while since you were back over here.
Nice.
But there was an Imperial convoy that came through and used your services, and so you picked up some cash. So there's another
Where'd they
900,000 credits. The gas station attendants. Man, I'm not even supposed to work today. I'm not even supposed to be here today. There are strange things afoot at the Circle K. They Well, let's see.
This was my day off.
Right. Yes.
Do
That
they want
sounds
to go
like
to
my
space?
son.
They do have some memory of a very they have a memory of a very annoying crew of a subsidized merchant that came through matching your description. Um, it carried her own large cargo handling robot that was in need of maintenance, and they were pissed off that the engineer and mechanic on the fuel station were not capable of repairing robots. They're not
Mhm.
roboticists.
Mhm.
Um,
Why would I hire one?
right? Yeah. Why would you why would you hire one of those for a gas station, right? And but they did say that they had a they needed it working because they had a handful of containers that they needed to offload. But they said that there was nothing to be sold or unloaded on number one.
Where are they
Um,
heading?
they posted or they well, that's a good question. Let's see. Oh yeah. So these guys were fairly loose-lipped, but the crew tells you they were pretty clear, or they it was very understandable that they were clearly headed for some backwater because those large cargo robots are really expensive and they're generally only used on ships that hit those backwaters because they don't have enough people to offload cargo. Um, so they knew that they had to be going somewhere where not frequented by the average trade crew.
TKTK,
They
maybe?
they believe that they might be going to Tick Tick.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
we've never been there. Let's try it out. Let's go to TikTok.
TikTok,
Now,
the
You
house,
have to
before we
dance to
uh,
the
get in the
planet of
planet.
stupid videos.
before we go to TikTok, while we're here at number one, do we want to send this? I mean, we can send one of our Harriers and this far trader and our pirate reserve crew. We can send them to Borite,
You could.
and then
That seems like a good idea as long as we have the diseased Aslan so they can't be used as a
Where's
biological
Borite?
weapon.
Borite's where our space station is.
Yeah, they have
Oh,
they have a station around the lone gas giant out at the edge of the system.
Yeah,
So
and so I mean
you could stick your Aslan in there.
that's what I'm saying. We'll send all that over there because that's our spot. And then when we want to go, if we need to get the evidence or whatever, we've got them there in a low berth.
I want
Sitting
to
on
keep the
the
low berth with us where we can, you know, be in control of its fate. If it's over at Borite, who the fuck knows what's going to happen, you
So
know?
you're just wanting to
Probably
kind of
nothing, but
right. Okay, so you're just wanting to keep the ship with us as we go. It's a jump too, so I mean,
we,
we
we
just
can
we got the crew.
we can transfer them to our ship and send the other stuff over there and let it hang
it's
out for a little bit.
it's already on our ship because it was in the med bay
You brought
Uh,
them
where
into
the
med
bodies
bay.
are.
Yeah.
okay,
But
You've
yeah,
got
if
send
your
it
yeah,
to the other ones.
yeah, if we're
That's a good
keeping
idea.
them, then we're just going to copy the hard drives of the far trader and with our reserve pirate crew that we had on hand for when we take ships.
right.
Send that and maybe the Scouts Honor
Okay.
Sure.
to Borite
Okay. So
and
you're keeping the
Anubis
Cyrus
or not the
Anubis.
new you're keeping the Empress Marava, Principled Profiteer.
for now. We're gonna tell them to rendezvous with the Mars and help help transport all that cargo that's in the space station to Thieve that's to be sold on the market. We expect all that to be done when we return at an undisclosed time.
Okay. So I will
Yeah.
say Principled Profiteer will be docked.
Well, it's got a big cargo bay, and right now we're just got a Harrier
Yeah.
that's taking the cargo from Borite to Thebe to sell, and then running back and forth all the time.
Right.
So I'm thinking, if this far trader takes its big 50+ ton cargo, it could help the Mars, you know,
Right.
and then the Scout's Honor can also help. But
I'm
And
just-
if
I
they
don't.
got too many ships, they can get rid of one, sell
Well,
it on
I'm just
Thief,
asking
money.
because I'm updating your ship list.
I mean, that's yeah. I'm thinking, we'll run and do this, and then when we come back that way, we'll meet that ship at Thebe. If when they unload everything at Borite, then go wait at Thebe for us, and then when we come to Thebe, we'll sell that ship or do whatever. But right now, it's just a good. I mean, we've got a shit ton of cargo evidently at a space station, and we need to sell it.
You know what I think is weird, you guys? I just thought. So there's this biological weapon that makes the Aslan go crazy, and we haven't heard about like the Glorious Empire falling apart. Wouldn't that be like the first place you would release that? That's like where the worst Aslans are.
I gotta think it's tied into the Glorious Empire, and
It might be them, yeah. If it's not, if it hasn't hit them,
probably working with fucking that stupid bitch that took our kingdom.
Yeah,
it could be.
Well, what
We
you
have to figure out
what
what
you
came
have
from.
heard out of the Glorious Empire is that they are they are fighting a battle of attrition and losing because the Aslan Heraid are just hammering their borders. And
So maybe they turn to this.
it's like every year they lose another star system or the border changes and the Aslan Heraid. I mean, the Aslan are basically gobbling them up from both sides.
We've got samples of this bioagent, right?
Yes, yeah.
Yes, but
what?
You have samples of a strain of the bioagent.
Okay, well, fine, but
well, actually, I think we have a sample for 2 strains.
Can
you've got a blood sample containing what appears to be another strain.
But we've got we've got an actual sample of one of the agents. Can we recreate that?
Probably not without. I mean, you'd have to have much better lab equipment than what you have access to.
Yeah, I want to get a hold of the scientists to help figure
So we
out.
go to Thebe and get that copied.
Again,
maybe. I think
that's
Tech World
not going to be something that's going to be kept under wraps at Thebe.
No, I'm sorry, I meant Tech World.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't know.
It may not be kept under wraps at Tech World either. I mean,
but at least they'll understand what the hell it is, you know?
Where was the place that we found that scientist that was working by himself, and he turned out to
be a robot? That was on like a
that was Newman.
Yeah.
He's not just a robot. He was the incarnation of the Immortal Protector.
But we're in good terms with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that probably wouldn't help.
We scratched each other's back at one time. You know, we've showered together in deep space. You know, had some moments.
So
yeah.
So you're sending the Principled Profiteer and the Scout's Honor to Borite.
Yeah, where they will rendezvous with the Mars and take the cargo of our pirate fleet that's been stored in Borite for all this time and go sell it on Thebe. And when they've gotten all of the cargo cleaned out of the space station, they're to be at Thebe for when we show the fuck up.
Okay.
Or send a message to them.
Okay. And so you guys are then jumping.
We're going the other way.
You're going to Tick.
Yeah.
All right. So who wants to make the astrogation check?
Is that okay? Is that an okay plan?
Yeah, I think so.
Uh,
I think you guys should like look through the computer logs from the Principled
well,
Profiteer during jump.
I've copied their hard drives,
Okay,
so
you can dig around in them.
I
That's
should be able
sweet.
to. Yeah, that's what I'll do while we're in jump space is dig through their hard
I can do
drives.
the astrogation check, or does anybody else have good astrogation?
I have
I
one.
prefer not to do such
I have
things.
astrogation +2 thanks to
Oh,
a
go for it,
wager.
Gregor.
Yeah.
That's good. You have what do you
And
have?
I get a +3.
Oh, okay. You both are good at it then.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
we're gonna kill this
So
dog.
whoever wants to do astrogation, go for it.
it's astrogation and what, intellect or
Either intellect or education, your choice.
I have neither. I get an 8.
Okay. And who wants to make the power check? So
You want to
engineering
confuse
power.
I'll do the power check this time. Yeah.
Okay, engineering power plus intellect or education.
11.
Okay. And last but not least, J drive, engineering J drive plus intellect or education, no bonus.
Okay.
that's you.
Yeah, that's me. 13.
Okay. So you guys are en route to Tic Tic.
Mhm. TikTok.
We're taking the jump space challenge.
The jump space jump. So, Ting, you have a week to go through the hard drives and the logs of the Principled Profiteer. The logs are very crappily written. They are barely the basic level that would be required for spaceport authority to if anybody knows anything about the trucking industry, every time you stopped at a way station or anything, you're asked about your logs. This is the bare minimum that would be required by starport authorities to pass you on. There is no information there, like there's no cargo manifest beyond weight limits, and there is some information about stuff that's sold, but from what you can gather looking through the logs and the ledgers, the crew until they took the job with the for the Ihati on Thebes, they weren't doing very well. It is clear there are rumblings among the crew, because they'd only had a crew of like 5. That in looking through all the logs, that if things don't change, they were looking at possibly selling their shares of the ship, or some of the crew members, like the steward, who didn't have a share of the ship, he didn't have any stake in the vessel. He was going to look for a berth somewhere else. So this was taking the Ihati was kind of a last ditch thing for them, and it is clear in what few logs are there that the captain was certainly not necessarily happy about taking that job, because of all the ill connotations that go with it. But they needed money, and they, of course, had a ship mortgage to pay, and so they took this job and just kind of tried to keep it as quiet as they could until they made enough money and found something else that paid better. And unfortunately, they didn't make it that far.
Oh, I don't think "unfortunately" is the correct word. As it's very fortunate that they did not uh, do their bit.
What do we
But
know about Tic Tic?
So what you know about is a very good question. What do you know about Tic Tic? And that you can find out from your handy dandy computer logs.
it has a
Let's see. That
gas giant.
is
Mhm.
Let's see here. Let me. Tick. I don't think you know a whole lot about Tick Tick. Here. Well, the tier's in the same sector. Oh, jeez.
This episode was made possible by Wix, and we'll tell you more about them later in the episode.
So this, I know this is...
It's a stainless steel container that has plutonium oxide, so hopefully that stuff will see its way onto some spacecraft in the mid-2020 time frame.
Brady has been to a really amazing lab where they're synthesizing plutonium, and
Why
they're
are we
making
synthesizing plutonium?
power spacecraft.
I forgot my microphone was on.
The depress. Okay, so depress subsector.
I've been doing some research about plutonium. Being an ex-chemist, I occasionally go off on these wild goose chases. What would happen if I re-radiated plutonium? What does it go to next?
So what you know?
And what's those half-lives? And where do they go to when they degrade?
So what you know about Tick Tick is you know that it is in depressed subsector. Depressed subsector is kind of, or historically is a screwed up place. So Tyr, the planet, or Tyre, Tyre tried to basically exert their, they wanted everybody to respect their authority, and they tried to take over a lot of Depress. Tick Tick was fortunate in that Tyre didn't really want anything to do with Tick Tick. It is a very dry world. It has a thin, tainted atmosphere. It is a fairly uninviting place. But despite that, there is a small population of around 5 million on the planet. And one of the things that is important to note about Tick Tick is that it does have a population of an alien species called chirpers. There are some anthropological, xenopological circles that believe that chirpers are directly related in some form to an alien race called the Droin, and there is reason to believe that the Droin are directly or either direct descendants or possibly precursors to the aliens known as the Ancients. And there are artifacts of the Ancients and ancient sites all over the place. But there is a population of around approximately 2 million chirpers that live on Tick Tick. And chirpers are known mostly to be not necessarily low intellect, but they are definitely low technology level. And there have been, like with Droin, there are mixed reactions in how they interact with humans. So some are very helpful and friendly, and others are kind of standoffish. Usually they don't really want to get into a fight, but they'll usually stay away from human colonies. And so that is where we will leave off. Let me do this real quick. So this will be Tick Tick, where we will pick up next week at 7 o'clock on Wednesday night with you heading to Tick Tick and figuring out what is going on with the Dawn Seeker.
So this is a new kind of map.
Yes. Yeah, this is actually out of the book rather than a planetary map that I have copied from travelermap.com or traveler5e.com. And so it's a much better map, but you know, it is what it is. What I can grab is what I can grab. So, but yeah, these are fairly nice. So it shows where there's chirper settlements on the world, where there is here is a starport or downport on the planet, and there are numerous colonies, mining sites. There is some farming that goes on, but for the most part, this planet is very, very dry. Very dry.
Fun shit.
All
And
right.
something called the installation.
And something
Yeah.
called the installation. The
I
installation.
know what that is. Yeah,
Well, we will
I
we
bet
will
that's
figure
where
out.
we find the Dawn Seeker. Yeah.
Yeah, we will
maybe.
figure that out. Yeah, you guys don't actually know about the installation, but we'll find out about the installation next week at 7 o'clock.
Awesome.
Gee, there's two
Well, thanks.
Team, everybody.
starports on the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk about all that. That'll be fun. Thank you.
All
Have
right.
a great night.
Have a good night,
I'll
guys.
see
I'll
you
see you
Friday.
next week.
Same with you.
Yep.
See you Friday.
Will do.